Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today, breaking news. Two members of the Pagans have been arrested for a crash that injured a woman a month ago. And we got other breaking news as well. So I figured I'd come on and tell you guys about this today, since it is exclusive content. We got some other news from the chosen few. 3 members going to trial. There is a trial set. And we got news about the Mongols, so we're going to get into it today. Before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's, brother's, sister's friend about Chattin with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. Let's get into the content. So today we're talking about the Pagans. 2 suspected members of the Pagans motorcycle gang arrested in connection with a fatal crash. Or a crash that injured a woman last month. Not a fatal crash. My bad. So this is in Chadford, Pennsylvania. State police on Thursday arrested 2 suspected members of the Pagans motorcycle gang, they say, in connection with a crash that injured another motorcyclist in Chester County last month. Brian Blattner, 37 of Delaware County, and George Cwienk III, 51 of Montgomery County, were taken into custody early Thursday morning. Both men were charged after an investigation of an alleged incident by members of the State Police Troop J Barracks in Lancaster. The crash occurred shortly before 7 p.m. on September 13th on U.S. Route 1 North between Independence Way and Pond's Edge Drive in Pennsbury Township, Chester County, State Police said. According to the police, the investigation determined that prior to the incident, a group of motorcyclists wearing Pagan Motorcycle Club jackets past traffic that was stopped in the left lane at a red light by committing numerous traffic violations. Once they got ahead of the traffic line, police said the motorcyclists blocked other motorists from traveling north by slowing down and swerving into the left lane to prevent others from passing them. So they must have been riding in a pack, I would assume, right? According to the police, a male motorcyclist tried to pass the group by moving into the left lane, but Cwienk swerved his motorcycle at him, forcing him to brake suddenly to avoid crashing into a concrete barrier. Cwienk's motorcycle, the near collision caused the left lane to open up. The female motorcyclist then tried to pass the group on the left lane, police said. As she accelerated, Blattner allegedly swerved his motorcycle at hers from the far right lane, causing her to crash into a concrete barrier. The woman was knocked unconscious and sustained serious injuries as a result of the crash, police said. Cwienk is charged with aggravated assault, reckless endangering another person, and several other lesser offenses, according to police. Blattner is charged with aggravated assault by vehicle, reckless endangering another person, and related offenses. State police are still looking for anyone who may have witnessed this accident. But we're not going to give out that number because they need to do their own fucking job. We don't work for the police department. We're just breaking the news. We're not going to do the investigation for them. Fuck that. So Loud, what's going on? How are you? Lindsay, thank you for joining me today. Scrap Iron, what's good? Virginia Chaos. Joe, what's good? How are you? So we got a bunch of breaking stories. In this story, we have a Whetstone man is to stand trial in deadly motorcycle club crash. I guess these 3 people passed away, I believe. So, in the chill of late November 2024, the open highway just south of Tombstone, Arizona, bore witness to an abrupt collision of 2 very different worlds. A stainless SUV bearing 1 man behind the wheel and 3 men on a motorcycle wearing club colors. In the pride of their brotherhood, that night, they all lost more than just momentum. They lost their lives. The crash, recorded by state troopers and later detailed in a Cascade press report, sent 3 members of the Phoenix chapter of the Chosen Few Motorcycle Club into death's path. The driver, a man from Whetstone, Arizona, now facing 3 counts of manslaughter. His fate headed to trial. So he is going to trial for killing these 3 men. Crazy situation. It can happen that easy. People can lose their life over people swerving in front of them and shit, especially if they're riding in a fucking car or a truck. You got to be very careful. The deadly collision happened on November 24th, 2024. A red Infiniti SUV traveling eastbound on State Route 80 lost its way. Arizona Department of Safety reported that the vehicle crossed the center striped median and plunged into the motorcycles riding on the shoulder. 2 of the riders, 37-year-old Anthony Odell Davis, 40-year-old Bernie Melvin, were pronounced dead at the scene. The third, 55-year-old James Maurice Samuel, initially survived the impact but succumbed to his injuries a few days later. And rest in peace to them guys. It's a sad situation. What had begun as a ride on the open road turned into a tragedy in an instant. The crash left 3 families shattered, friends stunned, and 1 driver facing legal consequences. The man behind the wheel, while detailed in public reporting, avoid naming the driver. They should have named him. Why not? Law enforcement sources say criminal charges are pending. The driver's 43-year-old at the time is a resident of nearby Corsey County. He was taken to the hospital with injuries. The condition of impairment was cited as possible factor in the DPS reports. So he was possibly under the influence, but he still killed 3 people. According to the charges, his SUV crossed into the oncoming lane, hitting the bikers head on. Authorities opened the case as a vehicular homicide and are evaluating whether self-inflicted or external conditions caused the median breach. The 3 deceased men were affiliated with the Chosen Few Motorcycle Club, an outlaw 1% club with chapters across Arizona and beyond. While the crash does not appear to be identified publicly as a club crash or gang conflict, they say, the affiliation heightens the stakes. Riders described as club members on the open road carry more than their bikes. They carry a code, a reputation, and a legacy. For those left behind, the loss is both personal and symbolic. It's a sad situation when someone loses their life. But this guy is going to trial, and I'll bring you guys more information on the situation when it becomes available. I mean, this guy swerved into oncoming traffic, killed 3 people. That's crazy. So rest in peace to them guys. Ryan, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. If you guys are just getting here, we got breaking news. 2 Pagans have been arrested for a crash that happened last month and injured a woman. They're saying 2 suspected members of the Pagans motorcycle gang arrested in connection with a crash that injured a woman last month. Chadford, Pennsylvania. State police on Thursday arrested 2 suspected members of the Pagans motorcycle gang in connection to a crash that injured another motorcyclist in Chester County last month. Brian Blattner, 37, of Delaware County, and George Cwienk, 51, of Montgomery County, were taken into custody early Thursday morning. Both men were charged after an investigation into an alleged incident by members of the state police Troop J Barracks in Lancaster. The crash occurred shortly before 7 p.m. on September 13th on U.S. Route 1 North between Independence Way and Pond's Edge Drive in Pennsbury Township, Chester County State Police said. According to the police, the investigation determined that prior to the incident, a group of motorcyclists wearing Pagan motorcycle club jackets passed traffic stopped in the left lane at a red light by committing numerous traffic violations. So I think they were pulled over to stop the traffic from going. They must have been riding in a pack, you know what I'm saying? And you know how they pull over and they stop traffic? Well, some people that were in the traffic did not want to stop. So once they got ahead of the traffic line, police say, the motorcyclists blocked other motorists traveling north by slowing down or swerving into the lane to prevent others from passing them. According to police, a male motorcyclist tried to pass the group by moving into the left lane, but Cwienk swerved his motorcycle at him, forcing him to brake suddenly to avoid crashing into the concrete barrier or Cwienk's motorcycle. The near collision caused the left lane to open up, and a female motorcyclist then tried to pass the group in the left lane. Police said she accelerated. Blattner allegedly swerved his motorcycle at her from the far right lane, causing her to crash into a concrete barrier. The woman was knocked unconscious and sustained serious injuries as a result of the crash. It sounds like they kind of did this crash to themselves. I mean, why would they? If these guys are pulled over to try to block traffic so that they can't interfere with the group passing, why would they try to interfere with the group passing? It sounds like they got impatient and they just tried to, go. That's what it sounds like. Doesn't it sound like that? I don't think it's these guys' fault. I think whoever that guy was and the woman got impatient and they started riding reckless. So what? If one person's riding reckless, is it okay for another person to do it? Is that what they're saying? The near collision opened up. The female motorcyclist then tried to pass the group in the left lane, police said. She accelerated. Blattner swerved with his motorcycle at her from the left lane, causing her to crash into a concrete barrier. She was knocked unconscious and sustained serious injuries. Cwienk is charged with aggravated assault, reckless endangerment, another person, several lesser offenses, according to police. Blattner is charged with aggravated assault by motor vehicle, recklessly endangering another person, and related offenses. State police are still looking for anyone that may have witnessed this incident. I mean, it sounds to me like that chick and that dude got impatient and just tried to pass people, So if one person's riding recklessly, right? Do these other people get to do it? Crazy Chuck, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. So we got some other news out of Australia. This is a wild story. So these men have been charged after wearing wearing Raiders gear out there on club colors. So they are a part of the Mongols Motorcycle Club. And I guess they were wearing Raiders gear and they have been charged. Like, you can't make this shit up. And the court is saying that it's too close and similar to club colors, I guess. So, a t-shirt, a club, and a question of what support really means. It was just a t-shirt, or was it? On the surface, a simple black tee worn in public, but the colors were unmistakably reminiscent of a patch world of an outlaw club's emerald and gold arrangements echoing those of the Mongols Motorcycle Club. And in its fold lay a story of loyalty, myth, and uneasy boundary between fan and member. A member of the Raiders Motorcycle Club, a local supporter club by its council description, stood in the dock facing charges that center on his decision to wear a t-shirt on the day in a public setting. The charge? Public display of club colors similar to those of the Mongols, a notorious outlaw outfit. The state views the t-shirt as more than just mere apparel. For the prosecution, it signals a statement of affiliation. And the defendant, his lawyer argues the shirt, and by extension, the colors, merely signaling something entirely different. We bring the drinks and the fairy bread to events, he said. A kind of social support, not full membership. On one side, the authorities, aware of the Mongols' history and gang-affiliated violence, organized identity, territorial branding, the club's logo, patches, and colors all form language of power. On the other side, a man who says he wore a shirt to resemble the club's colors for the reason of companionship, parties, drinks, and fairy bread. He denies formal membership. He paints himself as someone on the edges of the subculture, not the core. Drinks and fairy bread. The phrase itself is worth pausing over. Drinks and fairy bread, children's party food, simple, sticky, light. With drinks suggests adult revelry. Together, they invoke even nostalgic scene, gatherings, socializing, fun. Yet the backdrop is anything but fun. The tensions lie in the gray zone. When does social freedom become affiliation? When does a supporter club become a part of the machinery, identity, territory, logo, and respect? The lawyer line suggests this. We bring the drinks and fairy bread to events. In other words, we sit in the stands. We bring the snacks. We support. But we do not ride the bikes, lock patches, command charters. So this is a big situation that's going down in court right now. If these supporters are wearing colors, club colors, just because they had some Raiders gear on. What do you guys think? I mean, this is a huge deal out there. If someone gets caught wearing one of these patches, they go to jail. Like, they switched over to soft colors, but you still get arrested if you wear soft colors there. So I don't, and people are saying, oh, they'll do that in the US. I don't see that happening, but who knows? It's possible, I guess. Anything's possible. Craig, how you doing? Robles, what's good? Clubs should stop calling themselves outlaws to keep the feds away. Just be MCs, right? Mountain Woman, how you doing? Happy Halloween to everybody. Pagans stay in the news. Yeah, they do. There's a lot going on right now. I know, like, so it seems to me like the guy in the story and the girl just got impatient. Like, we're just gonna go. I mean, if it's a big ass group, you just be patient, let them pass, and then you do your thing. I don't see what the problem is. It sounds like they got impatient and they're like, fuck that. We ain't just gonna sit here. But what were they gonna do? Like, it just sounds crazy for them to charge the guys that were blocking the traffic when they didn't really have anything to do with the crash. I mean, they didn't have to move, right? They were blocking traffic. They weren't moving. They decided to accelerate. Them charges are going to get dropped. It's not going to go far. I don't think this case will travel too far. It's not going to hold a lot of weight because I hope you all have a great night. You too. Hope you have a great night. So I don't think these charges will hold up in court. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated. And I'm pretty sure we're going to have an update on the other cases that have happened recently. The shooting down there at the Wawa and the other incident that happened in White Oak. There's a lot of different things that have happened. And this kid's getting buried, I believe, on the 1st. If I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure he's being buried on the 1st. Rest in peace to him. Sad situation. Nobody wins when violence is involved. Nobody wins. People go to prison. Other people die. Families are affected on both sides. You don't get a trophy for the people who are involved with things like this. You don't get recognized for doing stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's better if everyone just gets along and live your life. Just be happy. Do your thing. No one wins when violence is on the table. But I just wanted to bring you guys these stories. Bring you the breaking news as it becomes available. I appreciate you guys. I got a lot of work to do. But go check out Patreon. I'm uploading videos right now. And the membership, join the membership. I'm going to drop some new videos right now. True words, right on. Thank you, Crazy Chuck. Hey, I mean it, man. All these guys just need to get along. They're like the same types of people. If they take off the cuts, they would all get along. It's all because of a color or a certain name or an area they live in. But if they all took the cuts off, they would all get along. They're the same types of people. But I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this show. There's a lot of content on the way. I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. If you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this show, too fucking bad. Start your own podcast. I appreciate all you guys. And remember, don't be a bitch.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.